Hi guys, Joe Neighbour from Signal Centre. It's Monday the 18th of November and today I'm going to be talking through some charts with you all on the indices, the major indices, or the most popular indices that we look at. Going to be going through the FTSE 100, the German DAX, the Dow Jones, the S&P and the NASDAQ. Just going to run through some multi-time frame analysis, going to focus on the weekly, the daily and the intraday charts. Just give you an idea of what I'm looking at for the week ahead and how I'll be looking to set up my trading. So first of all, I'm going to start with the FTSE 100. This is a weekly chart, and I can only say really that price action has been quite choppy. No real clear direction in terms of the trend at the moment. We had this bullish channel here which broke down at the beginning of August, and we failed to retake that ever since. We've got a 61.8% retracement level that comes in at around about 74.52, which was from those highs in July down to the lows here in September. So while below this level, I'm more of the bearish opinion when it comes to the FTSE 100. Obviously quite a lot going on politically at the minute with regards to Brexit and the election, and also being dominated as well by US trade talks, because there's a lot of constituents in the FTSE 100 that are made up of multinational companies and therefore earn a substantial amount of their revenue in US dollars. So it can be influenced by that as well. So that's the weekly chart, no real clear trend. If we take a look at the daily chart, this is a pattern that I've been monitoring for a number of weeks now, or a number of months in fact, and it's a potential head and shoulders top. Stress the term potential because we haven't completed it. There was some hope that we would have completed it back down here on the 3rd of October, but we saw a substantial rally higher, so that nullified the threat of that head and shoulders top at the moment. So potentially what we're in the throes of at the minute is a complex right shoulder forming on a head and shoulders top. Again, it's not anything confirmed until we're down here breaking below the neckline of this pattern. But again, I'll highlight this 61.8% Fibonacci level, which is acting as a resistance level. So while below here, I think there is scope for a move lower. Now looking at the 4-hour charts, obviously I'm of the bearish opinion, therefore looking for opportunities to set shorts. Again, we've got the 61.8% level, which I've highlighted here in red. Looking at it from an intraday perspective and on the 4-hour charts, we've got a channel here which broke down last week on the 15th, and we are trying to retake that at the moment. I think any push higher will be short-lived, therefore looking to sell around about 73.90, which is 78.6% retracement level from these highs here on the 7th of November to the lows there on the 15th of November. So of the bearish persuasion there on FTSE today and looking to sell into rallies. Now let's take a look at the DAX. Now it's all very bullish on the rest of these markets. I mean, this is the weekly chart on the DAX. We've got a nice bullish channel. We've got a big impulsive move higher here. I think upside could potentially be limited towards the upper end of this channel, and also these previous highs, which date back to the 22nd of January 2018. The last two candles haven't been particularly bullish or bearish either way, so it highlights a potential exhaustion and some stalling in the momentum. If we take a look at the daily chart, again, we can see this channel, and the price action has sort of hit into the upper end of the channel and appears to be consolidating a bit. We have gone overbought and we're retracing back below the 70 level, so that potentially could be a selling signal in the very short term. This is the 4-hour chart. Again, you can see this impulsive move higher, and in the short term we've been consolidating in what could be an expanding wedge. I've got some support here around about 13,138, and I was looking just to buy it today a little bit in front of that at 13,150. So that's my target for the day, to get long, to buy dips on the DAX. If we break below this low here at 13,138, then I think that we could maybe have formed a short-term top and we could see some further selling, although I do imagine that any selling will be short-lived, and it really is still a case of looking to buy dips here for the more medium term, in my opinion. So that's the outlook on the DAX. Just look at the hourly chart there. You can see it's range bound, so just looking really for a dip towards the lower end of that to buy. Taking a look at the US markets, all very bullish. This is the NASDAQ. This is a weekly chart. We are clearly trending higher. We've broken to new all-time highs above this move of 8,021. We are continuing to push high. We've seen 7 weeks of gains. Obviously, we're into the first few hours of pre-market trading for the NASDAQ for this week, and already we are pushing a bit higher still. There's quite a bit of data in terms of corporate earnings due out from the States this week, so that may continue the ball rolling if they come out positive. I don't see any other option really than to be buying dips on the US markets at the moment. I certainly don't want to be trying to call the top on that one at the moment. This is the daily chart. Looking at the RSI, we are in overbought territory. That's not a sell signal by any means. There's no sign of divergence, so we're not crossing back below that 70 mark. So for now, it all looks pretty bullish, and further upside can be expected in the short term. On the intraday charts, I'm looking to buy dips, and I'm looking to buy dips to around about 82.65. So we've got some support around here, which kind of marries up with this uptrend. So looking to buy dips on the NASDAQ today, and potentially throughout the rest of the week as well. On the Dow, or the US 30, again, start with this weekly chart, very bullish, continuing to push higher. We're trading up at all-time highs. No sign of any kind of reversal candles or slowing of momentum at the moment. This is the daily chart. Again, we're in overbought territory, but no signs of a sell signal. We keep moving higher. I think if you want to be selling, you probably need to see a break of this short-term uptrend to initiate any selling on the Dow. So for now, it's just a case of buying dips. This is the intraday chart, or the 4-hour chart that I'll be looking to take a trade from or execute from today and throughout the course of the week. Looking for a pullback to around about 27,830 if we get one. Those levels might vary a little bit throughout the week, but that's where the kind of the uptrend and some support marry up. So that's where I'll be looking to buy dips to this week. And now let's take a look at the S&P 500. And obviously, very similar to the rest of the US markets, it's trading up at all-time highs, no slowing of momentum. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks higher in a row on the S&P 500. Again, overbought, but no signs of a reversal on the daily chart. And on the intraday charts, or the 4-hour charts, again, looking to buy dips this week to around about 3,100 on that, which is where this short-term uptrend line and some support marry up. So all very bullish on the US markets. I think the DAX overall is quite bullish, but maybe some potential for a bit of a pullback there. And the FTSE 100, I think, is going to remain range bound and choppy, but with a bearish bias overall. So hopefully that was helpful. Check out the rest of the videos we're doing. Ian's covering FX markets and Steve's covering commodities. So they'll be uploaded in the next hour or so. Hopefully that helps, and best of luck with your trading for the week ahead. I've been Joe Neighbour. Speak to you all soon. Cheers, guys.